Daniel,
Hi.
where are we going? Are we homeless?
I think so. Yes, we are homeless. We don't have a home. We have all our worldly belongings here in Japan with us.
What are we gonna do from now? We are lost in Tokyo.
Sleep on the streets, sleep under a bridge. I've got a lot of layers on, so at least it's not freezing today.
But you know, it's really cold in Tokyo now.
It is winter, definitely, yeah. So
Where are we
I
gonna
hope
stay?
we don't freeze to death.
Where are we gonna stay? Christmas, Daniel.
We're going to have Christmas on the street.
Oh, what a sad 2021 Christmas will be.
That's a bit.
Where are we going now?
We are going from the streets to an apartment that we rented. We rented an apartment. It's all ours. Yay! We were happy to stay in our Airbnb in Asakusa for the last 2.5 months, but then we sort of started down a different life path and we were inspecting houses potentially to buy. Then we had some problems. Getting money from Papua New Guinea was a big major problem because the banks there are very, very restrictive. One of the houses that we initially really liked, it sold. So that was pretty disappointing. We did about 2 weeks of fairly intensive Japanese real estate property
Hunting.
getting street smart. It got a little bit exhausting, so we decided that it's probably best for us just to not rush into it and cut some costs by way of our Airbnb. We found a place that allows us to save quite a lot of money. Let's go to our new place.
ダニエルとユカ。
Hey everyone, I'm Daniel. Welcome to our brand new Japanese apartment house tour. Let's get started. We're just moving in, so today is the first day that we just got the keys. It's pretty empty, so this is probably the best time to actually see what you can get in Tokyo for under Hachiman, 80,000 yen per month. So we're quite lucky. This place is only about 13 minutes from the station, which is under the 15-minute threshold. Like a lot of Japanese don't tend to like living more than 15 minutes away from a train station, so they're considered quite undesirable. So 13 minutes is pretty good. What we have is a 2DK apartment. It has been newly renovated, reformed. Let's get started. Here we have our genkan. So the genkan is in every single Japanese house and it's where people take off their shoes. We have here a little storage cupboard if we want to put our shoes in there so they don't clutter up the genkan. Very practical. This little alcove here, I think that's probably for an umbrella. We have an intercom. And it's colour. Oh. Let's move on to the bathroom area. So it has a new bathroom vanity unit with lights. Pow! I feel like a movie star. No. PowerPoint here for an electric razor or something, or a hairdryer. Storage things. It's pretty convenient because it's all modular, so it's very easy to clean. Look, see the taps we can change from spray to water, so I like that. And it even has a hose. That's pretty awesome. And we've got some additional storage in under there, just to store additional washing powder, because at this stage we don't have a laundry rack. But whether or not we need it on day one is up for debate. Now we ordered a washing machine off Tokyo Sayonara Sales. Tokyo Sayonara Sales is a Facebook group for people who are living in Tokyo, who are moving apartments and are trying to Marie Kondo their life and downscale. We ended up getting a combo of a washing machine, a refrigerator and a microwave for about 20,000 yen, which is about $250, which I think is pretty good. into my bathroom. Look at this. It's a modular bathroom. This is very, very ubiquitous across Japan, these modular bathrooms. This is basically a kit set with a shower, a standard sized bath. Now you may notice it's actually rather deep, so that's quite nice. It's nice to have a deep bath because then you fill it up about halfway and then it comes right up. So it covers you and keeps you warm during the cold, frosty winters of Japan. Today it's 7 degrees with a high of 9 and a low of -1. Frosty. Here we have an oi ducky. Oi ducky. Hey ducky. Oi ducky. Which is an automatic bath filler. So we just push the button. You can set 2 different temperatures. One for the temperature for the water coming out of this hose here, and the second temperature is the temperature of the water filling up the bath. And we've got a little window, we've got a nice light to give us a golden glow. And it is a wet area, so it means that you basically close this door when you're taking a shower and rinsing off before you get into the bath, and the water will not overflow. If you overfill the bath a little bit too much and it splashes over, then it's not going to flood your apartment. So it's a little bit smaller. I'd say it's probably about half the size of our Airbnb in Asakusa, but that place was pretty awesome. Now, this is probably going to be our bedroom. In fact, it's definitely going to be our bedroom. It is a Ichi-ni-san-shi-go rocket. It's a 6-jo tatami room, and all the tatami is fresh because it has been newly renovated. It's a little bit dark in here because the shutters are open, but let there be light. It's a nice natural light. Now, I'm not sure what the heck this is. I don't think there was an air conditioner there because there's no power point up here.
Oh.
No. God, lots of storage here on both sides. Additional storage up there. That's something that's actually quite nice about Japanese apartments, is that the wardrobes tend to be very, very deep. So you can actually fit a lot of big bulky items like suitcases or futon. Yuka and I, we are going to be sleeping on futon because this is a tatami room and I didn't really want to get a bed because beds tend to mess up the tatami because they're very heavy. So futon life it is in Japan. As you can see, the wardrobes are very, very deep. I'm not sure what that funny stain is. It kind of looks like a goat or a sheep or something, don't you think? Next up, we have our toilet! Ta-da! Now, it's a bit of a bare bones basic toilet, but the property management company said that if we want to swap out the toilet seat and get a washlet, then it's very, very easy to install. Our kitchen and dining. So this kitchen dining is reasonably big. It's actually 7.5 jo, so 7.5 tatami. So that's pretty big as kitchens go in Japan, which is definitely going to go in this corner because of the power point here. And then sitting on top of the fridge, we're going to have a microwave. Our fridge and our microwave just got delivered. Over in this corner here, there's another power point here. We wanted to get a little desk, which will fit along here. This should be our editing station. This apartment does get nice sunshine in the early morning. Like it seems to be about 10 o'clock until about 12 o'clock. It gets a lot of sun. And finally, we have here our lounge. This is our lounge. Ta-da! As you can see, it's been newly reformed. The floor looks all very nice and modern and clean. The wallpaper has been newly replaced, so it's quite a modern aesthetic. Big windows are nice because they sort of give you additional storage to put anything cute or some photo frames or something on there. And the windows open up as well so we can get some additional fresh air. And it's a little balcony. I don't know if it's big enough to put a barbecue, so I can't really have the barbecue on here. What do you think?
It's pretty cheap, under 800 bucks for a month.
Yeah, that's so cheap compared to Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea. The rental here in Japan is very, very cheap. Oh, one other thing is, I forgot to mention, is that one of the other reasons we chose this particular apartment is that it already has Wi-Fi installed. We're already running on Wi-Fi. Now, because it's free Wi-Fi supplied by the property management company, it's not as fast as we were getting at our Airbnb in Asakusa. So the download speed in Asakusa was about 300 megabit down and 400 megabit up, while here it's 30 megabit down and 40 megabit up. So it's about 10 times slower than our one in Airbnb in Asakusa. But we are thinking that we will contract with one of the fiber ISPs.
When searching for our apartment, we did only 2 inspections. To confirm the rental of the apartment, first of all, we needed a credit check by a guarantor company to ensure that we have no bad credit and confirm that we are trustworthy people to rent the apartment. Daniel isn't employed in Japan. I think it's a very important criteria to rent an apartment in Japan. When we were searching for apartments to rent, I called a different real estate company to book an inspection, and they asked something a little strange.
By the way, your last name is not Japanese. Where are you guys from? I'm Japanese, but my husband is not Japanese. Okay. Do you mind me asking? Where's he from? New Zealand? I think they wanted to make sure that there would be no problems with us. A. Not understanding the lease. B. That we had a Japanese bank account to pay the monthly rental. C. That we wouldn't cause trouble in the neighborhood by not following the strict Japanese trash sorting rules. And D. That the house will be looked after nicely by someone who understands the many complicated social rules of renting an apartment in Japan.
So that brings us to the end of another video. We're happy and we're excited to be able to settle in and actually feel like it's more like our home. A 2DK in Edogawa Wood. It's about 42 square meters. Pretty big as Japanese apartments go because they do have a reputation for being very, very tiny. If you've enjoyed our content, let us know by commenting down below. Comments really, really help the YouTube algorithm, as does clicking that like button. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, see you later. Bye. I've got a lot of layers on.